Are you interviewing today?
We're in Birmingham for a couple of days, talking about the election and life and the economy and all that.
I'll be rubbish at that.
Really? You're going to vote?
No.
Most of Birmingham's seats are safe Labour ones, so it doesn't feature heavily in election coverage. But where we're going, that might be about to change.
On the 4th of July, you have the power to vote for change. Vote independent. Ahmed Yaqub, pro-Palestine, always. Only Ahmed can beat the Labour Party. Another one. They're everywhere. He's a different one. Labour, betrayal of the working class, human rights and Gaza.
We're doing a video of
This sort of business. About Gaza and the idea the Labour Party's failed them, they say.
yeah, that's true still.
How's life?
Do you know what? It used to be brilliant around here. But the atmosphere lately is just... I'm 46
Yeah.
and it's not the same that it used to be.
When they've been queuing all morning.
They've been queuing all morning and they're still queuing now.
Yeah, that's a bag of rice. That's a bag of rice that they're going to eat. That's been open. These things are a lifeline for everyone here.
But you felt so strongly about it, you turned up with your own food to give to people.
Why waste it when people can eat it? You know, it's a food crisis at the moment. The NHS aren't helping us that much. You know, we can't get our medications. Old people, everyone's suffering.
How's life at the minute?
Pretty tough, yeah. I'm a student nurse, so it can be hard to make ends meet. A lot of student nurses are going to food banks now, yeah.
I've recently had to give up work to care for my disabled husband. Had to wait 7 weeks for any benefits. I've renamed myself the Food Bank Forager, and people are just living from hand to mouth, really, everybody. And then they're talking about, the government's talking about the PIP. If they take that money off us...
Are you going to vote in the election?
Who for?
Do you have any sense in voting Labour that things will get better?
I have to believe it will. I mean, I know a lot of people think it's all much of a muchness. You know, if you look back at where the waiting lists were 14 years ago, there weren't the big 7.5 million.
No.
Not all of that's down to COVID. So.
No, and we didn't have vast queues of people at food banks when the Labour Party was in power. I don't think I recall seeing any scenes like this.
No.
Talking to people here, I got quite emotional. You must have that all the time.
It is hard.
I deal with that
very
quite a lot anyway.
And the queues are getting longer as well.
I think what happens is that you become, you know,
sometimes immune to
it.
Yeah.
It's a bit like being in a mortuary and you have to keep, you know.
Going.
Do you think things will get better?
No, I don't.
Even
think
if
so
the
with
government
current
changes?
state.
No, I doubt it.
It's going to take a
long time.
A long time because they've done so much damage.
Are people being listened to? No. We don't really have a voice. Well, we got a voice. We have rights, but what else do we have?
Ultimately,
in some
it's the
small
government.
sense, people's voices would have been listened to, I suppose, if the government changes.
Why do you say
Probably.
Because
that?
there weren't food.
We're under Conservative now. If we come under Labour, what's the difference? We need a big change, not a little change.
So the independent parties, the independent candidates.
They
Absolutely,
seem to be
that's
doing
right.
well.
So they would be the one, wouldn't they, really? The independent candidates. We're going to have to wrap it up, guys, because people are going to
Okay,
kill
yes,
us
we're getting in the
outside.
way. Right, lovely talking to you.
Next, please.
Politics has ended up in the food bank. Thank you.
We keep having conversations about the fact that all the opinion polls and everything you see in the news media is all about the seeming inevitability of a Labour landslide. It's not the way people talk. It's not matched with people's level of enthusiasm at all. Partly that's because the Labour Party conspicuously is saying, look, there's not much to get enthusiastic about.
A lot of this is about sort of shaping particular narratives online, and so if you run a particular ad campaign or you create a series of memes or videos that push a particular narrative.
Look. A bit of political action going on down here.
Yes, my brother. Yes, my brother.
How's it going? Make sure I got your support, you know. Every single door that's opened, no one said they're not going to be voting for me. No one.
It's just like being in some weird caper movie.
No one relatable. They don't want these career politicians anymore. Let every customer know. Everyone. Yeah. So yeah, Alan Rock, you're going to be my voter as well. Thank you. Allah bless you. Allah bless you.
Can we ask you a quick question?
You can do it.
How do you feel about
It's
that?
not about Ahmadi. It's not about Ahmadi. It's more to do with Labour.
Do you still feel like a Labour person?
No, not at all. No way.
When did you start to feel that about the Labour Party?
Labour Party since the Iraq War.
Long time ago.
Yeah, when Tony Blair betrayed the country, 2 million people went out in the streets of London.
Communities that were once very loyal to the Labour Party.
Yeah.
In very different ways, you see that loyalty start to slip.
Yeah.
But one solid group of voters, traditionally the Labour Party had, right, was Muslim voters in cities.
Mm.
And maybe
maybe it was the elders thing, because my father, that generation. The younger generation is not so gullible, because we educated.
I'm involved because I want to actively be part of this history, because he wants to make a change. My parents, my great-grandparents, they've all voted for Labour, so it's a change.
What has Labour done for you in the last 30 years then? Yeah. What have they done?
That's the exact same words almost, right? That we heard, 10 or 11 years ago when we went to South Wales. And the stirrings of Brexit and the Labour vote starting to shake a bit in South Wales.
We're up in Scotland.
Scotland, time of the SNP. Weirdly, at a moment where the Labour Party seems streets ahead in the polls, politically, it's probably in the most powerful position it's been in for ages. And yet, here, perhaps, is the next bit of the story. There's just nothing solid in politics anymore.
The next day, Ahmed Yaqub had to apologise for comments that surfaced in the news media, in which he joked about domestic violence. The Muslim Women's Network UK said they raised serious questions about his judgment and values. He said the tone of the discussion in question represents everything I stand against.
I think if you come to a place, it's good to give a sense of how things happen day in, day out, year in, year out. So we're going and watch some cricket. Why do you play cricket?
Well, it takes a lot of stress out of the work that we do, throughout the week, putting 50, 60 hours. So it refreshes the mind, really.
Pakistan got beat the other day by the USA.
Yeah.
What's going on there?
Let's not talk about that. That's good for cricket. New countries coming up. Yeah, that's good for everyone.
Yeah. Old certainties die. Are you going to vote in 2 weeks?
I'm looking forward to vote. Yes, yeah, and hopefully we'll have a change.
Do you think we need a change?
Yeah, of course we need a change. Yeah.
What's got to change?
The leader who understands our requirements, daily based requirements.
Do you feel any connection with the Labour Party? Do you know about the Labour Party?
It recently changed, like our views on the Labour Party because of the support for Palestine.
Enough to stop you voting for it?
Okay.
I would say so, yeah.
I vote for Labour, that's it.
Why do you vote Labour?
Because we need to change.
You know about all these independent candidates who are standing?
I know they can do something, but it will be difficult for them. You can't do anything by alone yourself.
Yeah, you need a team.
You need a team to do. Like we're playing today, you need a team to win the game.
Yeah. Come on, boys!
Run them up! Easy one, boys!
Quite a gentle way. It's been quite a moving day today. I welled up a couple of times. Because we keep meeting people who need things to change, don't they? There's a sort of basic unfairness, people shouldn't have to put up with as much as this. I don't know whether the elections are going to answer that question conclusively, but something has to. Thank you. So you're a business with a social conscience, in other words, right?
We do a lot of free stuff as well. We've got these cookies, they're called Pay It Forward cookies, and we support the local food bank with homeless people. We just really wanted to be there for people who are struggling.
Safe haven for Labour
And that's
candidates.
Sorry?
I don't think I've found yet a convinced, enthusiastic Labour voter. Where are they?
The problem is that people have felt disillusioned. So we do have to convince people that politics does matter and it can make a difference.
What do you tell them?
Well, we tell them that under the last Labour government we did achieve some good things. National minimum wage, sure start, working families tax credit, reduced child poverty, took pensioners out of poverty, peace in Northern Ireland. We did some real good things.
A few little trifles.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest, locally I can see he's a man of excellence, I really can, and but I'm not sold out on Keir Starmer. After the pandemic, my daughter had issues with mental health and feeling anxious, and I had to pull her out of the state school and put every bit of money I had left and put her into a private school, and absolutely gutted about the VAT, because I get up every day at 5:30, work 3 businesses to make sure that I can send. It's not a luxury.
It's not an easy decision that we've had to make, putting VAT on school fees. It's not an easy decision, but we have to get that money from somewhere to make education better for 93% of students who use the state education
It
system.
needs to be done quickly,
Yeah.
very quickly. You're going to lose another generation while the politicians get their act together.
Give us a chance. Give us a chance. After 14 years of Conservative government, give us a chance.
Hate the Tories.
So who are you going to vote for?
Lib Dems.
I don't know when I'm going to have my first house. I don't know when I'm going to be able to support my children. How are we supposed to put our faith in leaders that aren't dedicated to the causes that we care about? Like with everything that's going on in Palestine.
Do you live in Wolverhampton?
Yep.
What does it need that it hasn't got?
Manners. Manners, compassion.
Compassion, that's a good word. Tell me about compassion.
People don't care about anybody but themselves. They're only out for what they can get in life. Kindness and genuine compassion has gone.
And who's suffering then as a consequence?
Most people.
Are you going to vote in the election in a couple of weeks?
My honest answer is no.
But you obviously think things have gone wrong and they need to change.
It's the whole country though, it's not just this area. Well, not even just this whole country, is it? There's things affecting everybody worldwide. There does need to be more support for people. As much as I grumble about it, there's still some really amazing people around here.
Oh yeah.
This is where I actually promote Louise's hair salon down the road.
Louise's, go. This is it. Right.
I will never change. You're going to look after other people, not just yourself.
Where's Wolverhampton with that? Those sorts of attitudes?
Well, the new people who are coming in now are not the same. They don't have the same passion. Everybody's looking for themselves these days.
I want to know why you got a picture of Boris Johnson on the wall.
Because I love Boris. He's a bit like me.
I don't think he is.
He's when I met him, I was surprised. I've met some people who are, but he was just down to earth. He was, I don't know, people misjudge him. Okay, the little parties up, so what? Many people have party. I had party too.
Yeah, but you weren't in charge of the country, telling everyone they couldn't see the dying relative.
Considering all the history behind women and women of colour being able to vote, I feel I have to vote, but I'll vote Green.
I'm not voting for anybody. I don't like any of them. I might vote for Nigel Farage. He's another one I like.
He's an absolute rogue, Chancellor.
That's why I like him. People like them, and like Trump. You know where you are with those people. It's the sneaky one that tells you all this crap about they're going to do this, they're going to do that. Tony Blair, every black person went out and voted for Tony Blair. Right? What did Tony Blair secretly do with it during the Iraq War? You know all these Windrush deportees? He brought in that visa thing, and he brought in this rule about if you don't born in the country and you're here with it was Tony Blair, but nobody knew that. So you better the devil you know and the devil you don't know. So
That's why. I mean, the point is that's just about the deficit of personality and some sense of purpose and being a human being in politics, isn't it? This is the Good Shepherd Project. There's a reason we keep coming back to food banks, community meals and homeless projects. So where are you sleeping at the minute? You're on the street.
This is our son.
It's because they tell the story of the last 14 years. How do you feel about the fact your life's taking this sort of turn?
It's not.
This place is good, they help us a lot.
But there are also places where we find the compassion and sense of hope that seems to be lacking in this election campaign.
That's what we stand for, is hope, and I believe in them. I listen to them. They confide in me.
What's your sense of the future?
Sense of the future, I see a big future now. Like, when I took my overdose, I was so gutted that I woke up. So gutted. But now I can't be more grateful. I'd like to say I'm just smashing life at the minute, you know. I'm absolutely killing it.
We don't meet many optimistic people. Do you have a sense of what sort of country you'd like to live in?
I'd like that everyone is treated equally. Nobody should be ignored. All people want is a voice to be heard.
It's nice to have somebody listen to our point of view for a change. So
You're going to vote in the election in 2 weeks.
To be honest, yeah, no.
You're not going to vote?
I do believe I should, because obviously women have fought for this
If you want,
for
I mean,
years.
whoever you vote for, if you want a different and better
I
and more
just
caring
don't think
world,
I
then you
believe in
vote.
any of them,
Don't
to be
have to.
honest.
You don't
So,
have to.
well, then I'd be voting for not the right reason, then, wouldn't I? So
Pick the best
I'm
of a
not
bad
gonna,
bunch.
No,
Yes, you're right.
I'm not going to do something I don't believe in.
That's good.
I've gone through a lot in my life to cut out the rubbish and the middleman and the whatever. And if I see this person doing greatness, I see this person doing good, then I will vote for them all day long.
Remember, this is the last thing before the election. We thought this election was going to sort of close.
Sometimes I'll tell you, right? Because we've been doing this for a very long time. And I suppose when this election came round, the more naive part of us had this idea that it might represent the conclusive answer.
Closure.
To a certain set of questions. And of course it doesn't. Britain's not in that sort of condition. You know. The mess goes on. The puzzle remains unsolved. Yeah, we worry that some more films might have to be made.
One more, man.
That's what you think.